Hello everyone. Welcome to the November 2023 batch graduation day ceremony of the Jovian Data Science Bootcamp. Over the past 6 to 8 months, these participants have put in more than 600 plus hours into building projects and solving assignments. We will now see the presentations of these participants.
Hello, I'm Pragya Khatri from Pori, Uttarakhand. I have completed my Masters in Computer Applications from Rajasthan Technical University and Bachelor's from Indraprastha University. I also hold a PG DSST certificate from CTEC Hyderabad. I have experience with Hyundai Movies as a research engineer for 3 years. I also worked as a track leader in outdoors with India Heights and worked for an NGO named IP Global and mentored government teachers about various technologies. For the past year, I am learning data science and machine learning from Jovian. I have spent 600 plus hours and completed 12 assignments and 4 real time projects. My first project was exploratory data analysis. With the help of NumPy, Pandas, and visualization libraries, I performed exploratory data analysis on Kaggle dataset, Los Angeles crime dataset 2020 and present, which contained over 700,000 rows and 28 columns. I cleaned and analyzed dataset and created visualizations like scatter plot, bar charts, tree maps, histograms, etc. using Seaborn, Matplotlib, and Plotly visualization tools. I discovered various interesting insights like most crime victims are males and the most common crime is burglary. Also, most victims are of the average age of 35 to 40 years old only. For my second project, which was a machine learning project, I chose dataset from ongoing Kaggle competition. It was online ad demand prediction using machine learning. I cleaned and analyzed a dataset with 700,000 plus rows and 15 columns to predict demand based on online ads. I trained linear models, random forest, and gradient boosted trees using scikit-learn and XGBoost and achieved an RMSE of 0.0163. Also achieved a Kaggle score of 0.2425, which was among the top 50% on the leaderboard. Coming to my last project, web scraping. In this, I scraped trek details from bigotadventures.com website using request, beautiful soup libraries, and Python. I built functions like scrape track category, get track category, and others for scraping the web page and creating CSVs. I stored all the scrape data in 7 individual CSVs with 200 rows and 5 columns using pandas. For more information, you can check out my Jovian profile. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Manjunath Reddy and I'm from Bangalore. I'm currently working as a data analyst intern at Supertails, Bangalore. I completed my Masters of Computer Application from Sir MVIT College from 2020 to 2022 and Bachelor's in Computer Application from KCMS College from 2017 to 2020. Over past 6 months, I have spent over 600 hours of learning and practicing data science and machine learning. During this period, I have worked upon multiple projects, and let me walk you through some of these projects. Uh, I have worked upon a web scraping project to extract data from Goodreads.com. In this project, I wrote functions to extract web page data using Selenium WebDriver and store the static data using Beautiful Soup to get data on best-selling books that consist of 200 rows and 5 columns and store this data in CSV format using pandas. Uh, and I've also worked upon a EDA project. And this EDA project is on New York City payroll dataset. I cleaned and analyzed and visualized over 2.2 million records and 16 columns of data using pandas, Folium, Matplotlib, Seaborn, and Plotly. I plotted heat maps, geographical maps, pie charts, donut charts, and bar charts of visualization and discovered that Manhattan subdistrict employs the highest number of employees and have highest budget for the payroll. Teachers and police are among the top professions with highest budget allocation in New York payroll system. I also worked upon a machine learning project to ensemble forecast the air quality index across various cities in India. It consists of data of over 450 cities with a size of 2.7 million records. I used various libraries like scikit-learn, pandas, matplotlib, and models like linear regression, gradient boosting, and XGBoosting and random forest. I performed feature engineering and exploratory data analysis and hyperparameter tuning to apply these machine learning models, with XGBoost model resulting in the best RMSE score of 56. Uh, and Thank you for your time. Have a nice day. And to know more about me, please visit my profile at Jovian. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Haridev. I am from Chennai. I graduated from NIT Trichy with a bachelor's degree. Currently, I am working as an IT consultant at ITC Infotech in Bangalore. I have been in IT industry for 2.5 years, specializing in loyalty domain. Today, I am excited to share with you three significant projects that I have dedicated more than 100 hours during the Jovian Data Science Bootcamp. These projects have allowed me to deepen my understanding of data science and machine learning. The first project is a machine learning project focused on classification of products based on multiple products features. I used Ottawa Group Challenge dataset from Kaggle, which has over 70,000 records and 93 features. The goal of this project is to classify product into 12 different classes based on their features. However, due to large number of features, it was challenging to determine which one was most important for accurate classification. I experimented with various models like logical regression, random forest, neural network, and gradient boosting. The best performing model was light gradient boosting, achieving a log loss of 0.47, which is significantly better than the baseline model's log loss of 0.65. The second project I worked on involved conducting an exploratory data analysis of a luxury brand on an online platform called Farfetch. I have analyzed a data set with over 500,000 records and 16 columns to find insights such as most popular brand and the most common discount offered. To accomplish this, I employed various libraries such as NumPy, Panda, Seaborn, and Plotly. These tools allowed me to efficiently clean, transform, and visualize the data into different formats, including heat map, bar, scatter, graphs. Through my analysis, I discovered that Dolce & Gabbana was the most popular brand on the platform. Additionally, the most heavily discounted products was clothing, particularly jacket. The final project I want to share with you is a web scraping project that involves scraping various regional Amazon e-commerce websites. To achieve this, I utilize libraries such as Beautiful Soup and Request. The program takes a keyword and the region of the Amazon website as an input. The unique aspect of this project is the function I created called Amazon Extractor. The function searches for a specific keyword on the chosen region Amazon website, extracts all the relevant data from such result and write it as a 8-column CSV output file. For more details on the project and my background, please check out my LinkedIn and Jovian hiring profile. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Kris Holmquist. I graduated from the University of Colorado at Boulder with a degree in math, and for the past 3 years I've been a software developer at HCL Tech. I specialize in the development and support of provisioning web applications in the healthcare industry. My work also involves the aggregation, parsing, and presentation of provisioning request data for our clients' 150,000 associates. I'll briefly present 3 projects that I have worked on in the Jovian Zero to Data Science Bootcamp, which I have attended with the goal of moving into a full-time data analysis position. My first project involves the scraping of data about books chosen by users in Goodreads' Annual Choice Awards. I used Beautiful Soup to parse the data that had to be collected from a Selenium instance due to the dynamic nature of the pages. I collected various data about each book in each category using Beautiful Soup's find and find all functions to parse each book page and gather a set of links for each book. The data accumulated included the book title, author, number of reviews, and published date, which were gathered into a pandas data frame. My second project involved an exploratory data analysis of IMDb's publicly available dataset. It includes over 31 million rows and more than 30 columns, encompassing all forms of video entertainment from the past 120 years. As the dataset is quite large, there was a good deal of cleaning to do using pandas and NumPy, but once that was done, the fun began with visualizing the data with Plotly using a heat map with a correlation matrix, scatter plots, and line graphs. We could clearly see a dip in movies released during the pandemic, as well as how there is a correlation between the number of votes and the total rating a title receives. My third and final project, I entered a Kaggle competition, which involves predicting ad click-through rate based on a number of randomized features. The data consisted of over 5 million rows and 23 columns. Once again, I performed an exploratory data analysis to get a feel for the data. The next step was to prepare the data to be able to be used by my models, which involved normalizing and splitting my datasets, as well as choosing the most important features to focus on. The first model employed was a logistic regression model, followed by an XGBoost model. Each one involved a baseline, followed by a grid search for the hyperparameter tuning. My final accuracy was 83.42%. You can find all of these projects on my Jovian profile. Thank you for taking the time to watch, and please feel free to reach out.
Hello everyone, I am Prabhakar Rawat. I completed my Masters in Thermal Science and Engineering from IIT Kharagpur in 2013. For the last 8 years, I am working as an operation engineer in energy domain at Vizag Steel Plant. During my work, I have realized the significance of data to improve performance and efficiency by utilizing various data-driven insights, trends and patterns. This has inspired me to learn data science. In the last 8 months, I have completed data science and machine learning bootcamp offered by Jovian and developed a strong foundation in data science. I have completed 600 plus hours of coursework, 10 coding assignments and 3 projects. My first project is about machine learning. The aim of this project is to develop a machine learning model to predict energy consumption of building by utilizing historical data of energy consumption, building characteristics and weather data. This is a regression problem. I have downloaded the dataset from Kaggle that contains 20 million rows of training data, 40 million rows of test data and 16 columns. I have performed steps of EDA, data cleaning, pre-processing and feature engineering. I trained linear models, random forest and XGBoost models. After hyperparameter tuning of XGBoost model, I achieved log error of 0.31862. Here is a summary table of all my results. In my next project, I have analyzed Brazil's weather and its renewable energy potential. Again, this dataset was downloaded from Kaggle that contains 8 million rows and 27 columns. I have done data analysis by using NumPy and Pandas library of Python and performed steps of data cleaning and pre-processing. I have done data visualization by using Matplotlib, Seaborn, Plotly and Folium library. I created total 8 types of plots like histogram, violin, box, scatter, violin and animation plots. I performed univariate and bivariate analysis of various parameters like temperature, humidity, solar radiation, wind speed, wind direction. I also observed relationship between different parameters. I observed that Rio Sono and Dynapolis station has maximum potential to produce solar energy and wind energy. My next project is on web scraping, where I have scraped information of journals on renewable energy, sustainability and environment. I have used Beautiful Soup and request libraries for this. I developed different type of function to parse information like titles, H-index, SGR index and other information. Finally, I stored the scraped information into a Pandas data frame and converted into a CSV file that contains 200 rows and 6 columns. To know more about me, you can reach out to me on my Jovian profile. Thank you everyone for listening to me patiently.
Yeah, my name is Nnaemeka Onah. I completed my master's degree in agricultural economics from the University of Hohenheim. I currently work as a logistics assistant in Natia AS. For the past 8 months, I've been learning data science and machine learning, where I completed about 600 plus coursework, 16 coding assignments, and 3 reward projects, which include exploratory data analysis, machine learning model, and web scraping. I wrote on US housing listing, which is a rental data set. It comprised about 380,000 plus rows of data and 2 columns. I did some pre-processing, which includes data cleaning, removal of missing values, and removal of duplicate values. Along the same line, I asked some research questions, which includes what are the level of correlation between the dependent and independent variable, what percentage of the houses came furnished, and what are the type of houses the respondent live in. This question was answered using graphical representation, and from the graphical representation, I found out that only 5% of the houses came furnished and 95% of the houses came unfurnished. And a significant numbers of the respondents live in an apartment. Only very few of them live in detached houses, condo, and duplex. My second project is it's a machine learning model. I wrote on financial distress prediction. The aim of the project is to predict the probability of financial distress in the next 2 years by some customer using the give me some credit data set. It comprised about 150,000 rows of data and 12 columns. It is a classification model. I use logistic regression, random forest, k-nearest neighbor, gradient boosting machine, and light gradient boosting machine to train the data and achieve about 93.86 accuracy after hyperparental tuning on the test dataset, and I landed in the top 18% of the cargo leadership. My third project is a web scraping project. The project objective is to retrieve information from popular GitHub collection from GitHub website. I use request library to retrieve the information from the website, and I use beautiful soup to pass the data. I passed information such as collection title, collection description, and collection URL, and I generated CSV file of 300 plus rows of data and three columns. Thank you. For more information, visit my Jovian website. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Saurabh Tripathi. I am from New Delhi, India. I completed mechanical engineering from St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, which is affiliated to Maharishi Dayanand University, India. After graduation, I started working at Neolite ZKW Lightings as a graduate engineer trainee in the costing department. Later on, I worked at Kunal Auto Industries as a technical documentation engineer. And from the past several months, I've spent 500 plus hours learning and practicing data science and machine learning skills and also building some real world projects. Now let's move on to the projects. This is my first project, exploratory data analysis of Google Play Store apps. This dataset shows categories, number of installations, free or paid, ad supported, etc. for Google Play Store apps. And this dataset contains 2.3 million plus rows and 24 plus columns, which I cleaned and analyzed using NumPy, Pandas, Seaborn, and some other visualization libraries. These are some of the visualizations I have created during the analysis. This first bar chart shows the number of applications that falls under different categories. The scatter plot shows the number of installations versus rating given by different groups of people. This bar chart shows the number of free or paid apps in different categories. And this pie chart shows the top 10 installed categories. This tree map shows the distribution of pricing for apps. And this line chart shows the number of installations by size type. From this analysis, I analyzed that if the apps are from top categories and have size under 100 MB and are free, those apps are most likely to be installed in large numbers. Now let's move on to the next project. This is my second project on predicting sales for Favorita store. It is a time series forecasting. And this is a machine learning project where the main objective is to build a model to predict daily sales in the near future. This dataset contains 3 million plus rows and 6 columns, and it is a regression problem. I have created multiple machine learning models like linear models, tree model, and ensemble models like random forest, gradient boosting, and light GBM. The Kaggle competition was evaluated on root mean squared log error, and after using exponentially weighted moving average, I achieved a score of 0.47, which placed me in the top 33% on Kaggle leaderboard. This is the best model with hyperparameters. My next project is a web scraping project where I scraped world's top automobile manufacturers. I have used a request library to download the web page, parsed data using Beautiful Soup, and created a CSV file using Pandas library. I have scraped around 90 pages and created a CSV file containing 745 rows and 7 columns. So these are some of the projects. To view more projects, please visit my Jovian profile, that is jovian.com/Saurabh9048. Thank you all for being here.
Hello everyone, my name is Anshika Nigam. I'm currently working as a senior consultant in the data science department at Protiviti India. Prior to that, I worked as a senior data analyst, focusing primarily on fraud detection, risk control, and interactive dashboard creation. Alongside my work as a data analyst, I decided to transition into the field of data science by leveraging my Jovian certified skills. During my participation in the data science and machine learning bootcamp offered by Jovian, I completed over 600 hours of coursework, 14 assignments, and 3 projects in web scraping, exploratory data analysis, and machine learning. Let me walk you through my projects. My machine learning project was trip type classification for Walmart shopping visits. In this project, I utilized scikit-learn and models like random forest and decision trees followed by hyperparameter tuning. I pre-processed and explored the Walmart shopping trip dataset with more than 615 records and 10 plus features. Subsequently, I implemented diverse machine learning algorithms like decision trees, random forest, and multinomial logistic regression using scikit-learn, resulting in an accuracy of 80.5% on trip type classification, outperforming the baseline model. Moving on to my next project, scraping all restaurant listings from TripAdvisor for a given city using Python. In this project, I used Beautiful Soup, Pandas, and Seaborn. I scraped restaurant data for all the restaurants listed on TripAdvisor for a specified city using Python's Beautiful Soup. Additionally, I introduced user-friendly input control variables such as geocode and city name to enable users to specify their preferred city for scraping. In total, 6,360 restaurants were scraped for Berlin, Germany. This project also includes a little bit of exploratory data analysis of the scraped data at the end. Lastly, my exploratory data analysis project was visualizing the Airbnb realm, a visual journey into Airbnb insights. In this project, I utilized data visualization libraries like Matplotlib, Plotly, and Seaborn. I analyzed data for more than 1 lakh listings from an Airbnb dataset using Pandas and NumPy. Following analysis, I created visualizations including density mapbox, scatter plots, stacked bar charts, line charts, word clouds, etc., which yielded valuable insights. One such revelation was the prominence of Manhattan and Brooklyn as the most sought after neighborhoods in the United States, appealing to both visitors and hosts. That's all from my side. I appreciate your time. Please visit my Jovian profile for more details. Thank you.
Hey there, my name is Sarthak and I am a data science learner. A little bit about my background. I had completed my engineering in the year 2021 from Symbiosis Institute of Technology, Pune. My specialization was in electronics and telecommunication. Right out of college, I got a job in a company called Newfold Digital where I worked as a web solutions specialist. Having passion for data science, I joined Jovian's Data Science Bootcamp where I learned about various tools and techniques required in the field. Let's go over some of my projects. Exploratory data analysis of over 1.2 million Spotify songs. During the course of this project, I analyzed over 1.2 million rows having 24 columns. I used tools such as NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, and Seaborn. The very first graph shows that most of the artists release their songs in the month of January so that their song has the maximum possible time to be in the year-wise music charts such as Billboard's. Out of all the songs released, about 6.9% of the songs were explicit as evident from the pie chart at the bottom right. Apart from these, few other insights are mentioned in the form of graphs in the slide. Moving on to the next project. Credit card fraud detection using machine learning. The objective of this project is to identify a fraudulent credit card transaction from the details which are supplied in the forms of columns such as transaction date, transaction time, location of the merchant, home state of the cardholder, etc. I had trained ML models with 1 million rows of data, and I had built a baseline model out of a decision tree. Further on, I built a random forest and XGBoost model which gave a better performance. I hypertuned parameters of these models using bias search CV for random forest and halvings random search CV for the XGBoost model. The best hyperparams are also attached below as screenshots. I achieved a precision score of 93.58%. Coming to the third project, it was a web scraping of a popular smartphone website called GSM Arena. I used Python and libraries such as Beautiful Soup, requests, regular expressions for the project. I scrapped details such as model name, release date, and features of the smartphone. I created over 110 CSV files, each corresponding to a brand and containing at least 100 rows on average. That's it from my side. You can check out my complete profile at the mentioned link. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Mahima Srivastava from Mumbai, India, and I'm currently a final year student at BIT Vellore pursuing integrated masters in biotechnology. I'm writing my master thesis at IIT Bombay, and I've been a former deep learning intern at National University of Singapore and also a quality control intern at Serum Institute of India Private Limited. In this video, I'm going to take you through the projects that I did as a part of my coursework at Jovian. And the first project that I would like to talk about would be scraping scientific articles from PubMed. In this project, I scraped PubMed articles on Alzheimer's disease using Beautiful Soup, requests, and Pandas library. I built functions such as PubMed URL getting info, scraping PubMed parser to pass these article details, and I created a comprehensive CSV of 2,200 rows and 5 columns, which contained the details of the name of the article, the name of the authors, the citation to the article, PubMed ID, and the link to the articles. The second project that I would like to talk about would be predicting protein family from protein sequence using the dataset from RCBS protein data bank available on Kaggle. I started off with 141K rows and 16 columns, and I used this data to perform an exploratory data analysis, but I handled the missing values by imputing it with the median. I looked at feature engineering using the BioPython library, and I pre-processed the data by label encoding the categorical values. Eventually, I split it into the training, validation, and test data set. And I used various classifiers such as logistic regression, uh, decision trees, KNN, bagging, boosting, SG boost, and eventually I used the extra trace classifier as it performed the best on the test data set, giving me F score of 0.75, and these were the hyperparameters that I used to fine tune the extra trees classifier. Finally, the last project that I would like to talk about is the exploratory data analysis project that I did on global terrorism database. And I tried to identify global terrorism patterns. I cleaned and analyzed around 209K plus rows and 135 columns using NumPy, Pandas, and Seaborn. I found out a couple of interesting insights. I looked at the various terrorist groups and how their activities panned out over the couple of decades from 1970 to 2021. And I also looked at all the terrorist attacks over the years, and 2014 was the year with the highest number of attacks. And the countries with the highest number of attacks, India was on top, and Iraq, Pakistan, Iran, and India showed a really high percentage with the highest number of attacks. And it showed that the people killed in these four countries were around 40.6% compared to the 59.4% all over the world. And the highest target was private citizens and properties. Next came military and police. And I also looked at the motive of these global terrorism patterns, which was so it was all largely unknown, and some of them had very specific motives. And yeah, those were the insights that I found from my uh, EDA. And so, yes, thank you so much. This was all from my side.
Hi, good morning. My name is Chinmaye Chinnappa. I am from Mysore, Karnataka, India. I completed my Bachelor of Engineering in Electronics and Communication from Vidya Vikas College, Mysore. I am currently working as an automation engineer at Tata Consultancy Service. Along with the work, I joined Jovian for Data Science and Machine Learning Bootcamp to improve my fundamentals and skills. Over the last 8 months, I have spent 600 hours of coursework, completed 12 coding assignments. I am going to talk about the projects that are built in Bootcamp. My first project is on exploratory data analysis. I choose a dataset from Kaggle that contain all the apps details of Apple App Store. The dataset contains 1.2 million rows and 21 columns of data. I have performed data cleaning like handling the missing value, drop the net, etc. using pandas and NumPy. Visualize the data using Seaborn, Plotly, and Matplotlib. From the visualization, I found out that games, business, and education are the biggest category, having a large number of apps. From the bar graph, I found out that how size of the app impact on the percentage of user. From the pie chart, I found out that ShowNow is the top developer based on the number of apps released. From the funnel graph, I found out that Google has the most popular developer containing 42 million users and 85 apps. My second project is on web scraping. I choose to scrape the Flipkart website, which is basically an e-commerce site. I scrape the data of mobile phone using Request and Beautiful Soup library. This project objective is to return the information such as mobile name, mobile description, and mobile price. I created various functions to download, parse, and extract the data. I stored the extracted data into final CSV, which has 120 rows and 3 columns of data using Pandas library. My third project is on Excel and Tableau. I used the bookshop dataset and created new sheet with the number of sales and rating per book using pivot table in Excel. Then loaded the data into Tableau to analyze, create, and publish the dashboard containing bar chart, packet bubbles, and horizontal bar. From the analysis, I was able to notice that book named The Malmarking has the highest rating, that is 4.6 out of 5. My fourth project is on machine learning, which is to predict the price of the used car. The dataset contains 3.7 lakh rows and 21 columns of data. The objective of the project is to use the inputs like power PS, kilometer, fuel type, brand, etc. to predict the price of the car. I cleaned, analyzed, and trained different models like linear regression, ridge regression, random forest, and GBMs. But this model didn't work well. So I tried hyperparameter tuning with all 4 models and found out that gradient boosting regressor has the best model to give the RMSE of 3058 price. Thank you for listening. If you like to check out my work, please go to my Jovian profile.
With that, we've reached the end of the graduation day ceremony. Congratulations to all the graduates and all the very best for your future. Thank you so much for joining. Bye.